Guys, we've come out of the weekend, which what some are saying was the storm of the century. About 2 feet of snow in many parts of New Jersey. We've got Team Chaser coverage. Hank is in West Wildwood. We've got Diana chasing a story about some dogs in Liberty State Park. And we're going to be joined by Titus Pierce, who is running for governor, talk about where Governor Christie was during the storm. But I want to start with Hank. Hank, you're in West Wildwood. The shore got slammed in some parts. They say the flooding worse than Sandy.
It's ground zero right here, Bill. Chaos, really. That's sort of what's left here on Poplar Avenue after a massive flood surge swamped West Wildwood over the weekend.
It comes so fast that you don't expect it to you're like, please stop. And there was no stopping. It just continued to come over.
Bill, the surge came in the thick of the blizzard that engulfed the Northeast over the weekend. Its power is evident behind me in the boats that were knocked off of trailers, left stranded on sidewalks. Cars were knocked off of ramps with wheels hanging in the air. The West Wildwood police chief tells me that a bulkhead broke and in came the salt water.
So we're seeing, especially in the western side of this island, we're seeing tide heights that were over Sandy levels. So people that had damage in Sandy had more damage now with this bulkhead breach. Now, sorry about that. The eastern.
You're a busy woman.
Now, Bill, she adds that help is certainly being sought from FEMA, Cape May County, and the state, but those conversations are ongoing. There's still water in the street here in West Wildwood, debris everywhere. North Wildwood, Bill, was also flooded, just not quite as badly. I also ran into a gentleman named Gregory. Gregory, that's his real name. He is an insurance adjuster, one of many who will be covering these areas in days to come, really just to get the best deal for insurance policy holders who hire him.
Right. And we just make sure that they get what they're insured for. And not everybody is adept at reading their policy and understanding what they need, and that's what we help them with.
But as you can see, I'm here with him. He's measuring the high water mark in North Wildwood. They got 2 feet of water at the laundromat where I met up with Gregory. But as you can see behind me, much worse here in West Wildwood. Actually a nightmare, Bill. When they want to compare it to being worse than Sandy, it's an individual comparison. But how are you going to argue with someone with that boat in their yard?
Well, they said in parts of Cape May County, yeah, they had the flood water that came through was higher than it was in Sandy. I mean, it's amazing to me. I don't think people necessarily expected that much.
People are out pushing water out of their yards, trying to get debris. You see straw everywhere. You see seaweed that's dried up on sidewalks all over the place.
Is that boat wrecked, or is it just off its carriage and needs to be put back? He's going to think about it for a little bit. Stare at the boat.
Boats aren't meant to sort of sit on the ground the way they're
Is there a lot of standing water where you are, Hank?
It's dissipating. I was just over. You can take another look at this bulkhead here through which a lot of that surge water came. There's going to be a lot of questions about why it broke and how to best shore it up to prevent this from ever happening again.
How do you make out?
How did I make out?
Yeah, how's your house? Bacon, scrapple? It was the first day off I've had in a while.
Listen, I'm almost ashamed being down here now to say that I had a pretty nice time of it. Saturday, I shoveled the driveway. I was making pizza. I was grilling in the snow. But down here, they were having a very different experience.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Hank.
Sure.